Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Light back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, or the Kenobi TV series on Disney Plus. We're going to be reviewing all 6 parts in this episode, or as a whole, season 1 as a whole. And I don't know if it's the right term to say season 1. I guess you could just say series, because this is supposed to be a limited series thing. So, yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna quickly glance through every episode, just talk a bit about it, everything. So yeah, actually, I'm gonna follow a simple review format with the. My apologies for like saying and stuff like that. Sorry, that's my bad on that my part. The simple review strategy of saying my for example, sorry, my initial reaction followed by the bad and followed by the good. As you guys know, I just recently returned back to YouTube. It's been a while since I recorded video, so that's why I'm a bit like a little rusty on certain things. My apologies on that. But yeah, sorry. We're gonna go initial reaction, bad, and then good. So my initial reaction for the show. Oh, and then closing remarks. Sorry about that. So my initial reaction for the show. Honestly, going into the show, I was really hyped. I really wanted this to do good. Like I thought it was really interesting and concept. I was one of the people that actually really wanted this show and everything. And I gotta say, did it live up to my expectations? Yeah, I would say somewhat. Did it blow me out, like blow me away? No, not really. I mean, it somewhat did, but I mean, still, it was just kind of like it was a good show in my opinion. There's some stuff in it again I kind of disliked. In all honesty, I kind of disliked. Uh, so yeah. With that being said, let's move into the bad. So in terms of the bad, this show has some terrible like pacing. I don't know if it stems from the writing and the directing. I'm not sure who it stems for, and I don't mean to be saying this, but who to really blame for this? I'm not really sure, because like for example, this show should have never been, in my personal opinion, a 6 episode show, especially for one kind of mission like this. I honestly, in my personal, if I were to give my personal opinion, I would say this show should have been a movie. This should have been maybe a 2 hour movie. It would have done solidly well. It would have done really good, especially because it stems around one kind of mission. So there's not really room for like filler and all that stuff. Or when you use filler, it just kind of drowns it. And I mean, that's what this show really did. It used a few other episodes as fillers, and we even saw like from big creators and stuff saying they were disappointed after, especially after episode 4. A lot of people disappointed with the show, myself included. But I wasn't super disappointed where I was like, I'm gonna stop watching the show, or I was like, oh man, the show like it's really getting me mad or something. I was just kind of disappointed they would use a filler episode. Like that's kind of stupid. But I mean, it redeemed itself with episode 5 and 6 though, so still it was good. But I mean, that's gotta be counted as bad. Like the pacing and everything is just kind of in the bad. Now, next thing is its use of characters. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we can go either or with this. Honestly, you can go either or. But I mean, still, like it just it wasn't, the character usage was kind of bad in certain episodes. Like Kenobi, he was used quite frequently. Still, it's his show; he should be used. But I feel like he was kind of sharing a lot of the spotlight. And I mean, the usage of Princess Leia made sense. I would say that makes sense. That was good. Don't get me wrong, that was pretty good. But I mean, its usage of like the Inquisitors and stuff, I kind of dislike that usage. I mean, yeah, and I mean, I'm not piling on to the like whole Reva hate and stuff like that, but still, like I thought she was a well interested written character. But I mean, I just felt like it stole a little bit of the spotlight away in the first little bit. But once I finished watching the show, actually, like I understand her purpose and stuff, and it had some good character development. So I thought that was interesting. It did demonstrate some good character development for the character of Reva. So I mean, that was all right. But I mean, still, like it derives a lot from Kenobi and stuff. So I'm not really sure, and I feel like that stuff with Luke at the end, with Reva going after Luke, that was a bit much. Like I feel like they're just trying to tie his name into it, and I feel like that was kind of stupid in my personal opinion. Honestly, you could have gone either or in terms of like the way it was put with the way it was put with like remember when Reva went to Tatooine to essentially kill Luke after he finds out Darth Vader is his father and blah blah blah. Uh, I feel like that was kind of like just poorly rushed and it wasn't made. It didn't make any sense. I mean, Reva's character, in my personal opinion, should have probably came to like maybe the end. Maybe we could have gotten a more climactic event. Maybe perhaps like she realizes what she did wrong with Leia, and then she tries to kill Darth Vader, and then Darth Vader kills her. I personally would have liked that a lot more in the ending than her getting stabbed by Vader and then coming back and trying to kill Luke, but then deciding not to do that. I mean, it was a good character development, but still, like that just was kind of messy to me. Yeah. Plus the constant plot holes and everything. Like, how did the Grand Inquisitor come back? I know they have that whole thing with the Sith and the hatred thing, but still, like that just doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, I mean they did correct certain plot holes. Like for example, obviously the Grand Inquisitor can't die because again he's in Rebels, uh, and there's like no mention of Reva. So like yeah, they did tie together some plot holes and stuff. Now in terms of like what I think they could have done better in this show, personally, first of all, include a little bit more flashbacks, include a little bit more personal time with Kenobi, like really deep dive into his mind. That's what I was saying. It should have been a movie so it could get more closer to Kenobi because of course they wouldn't have to put so many characters. Because again, the reason they kind of put so much characters is because again it's like a 6 hour show. So I mean, they gotta do what they gotta do, right? So yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't put Darth Maul exactly Darth Maul in it, but I would make maybe him have like a cameo or something. Maybe perhaps I'm not even sure, like something to do with Darth Maul. I thought it just made a fitting kind of thing, but I mean, it's okay because again we already know what happens in Rebels, so it's not a big problem. Uh, so now to move into the good. I feel like in terms of the good, it had a decent story. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but it was good enough to be in the positives. I mean, the story was pretty well thought out. I mean, it revolves around this one mission of getting Princess Leia back. So yeah, that was pretty good. The next thing I liked like the callbacks and the emotion and Brang. I really liked its usage of like, for example, when Kenobi ends up fighting Vader in the episode 6, where he's like, "I will do what I must." If you remember, that's a callback to again Revenge of the Sith when they last dueled. So I mean, that was really I thought that was really kind of well done, and it was done in a way where it wasn't like, "Why is this guy saying this? This is like a cringe callback." It was more so just like a better kind of callback. I thought it was brought some emotion. Another thing I liked was the CGI work and everything, and like the special effects that was brought really well done, really good and stuff like that. Story wise and stuff, acting wise, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I really liked Ewan McGregor as Kenobi still from the prequels, and this just made him look even better. I thought he was pretty good in this show. So yeah. Plus, as well in terms of the special effects with the flashback scenes. Those were some good scenes when Anakin and Obi-Wan were fighting in the flashback scenes. In the flashback scenes, those were really well thought out. I thought it made perfect sense. Would I liked more flashback scenes? Yeah, of course I would. But I mean, for what we got, it was pretty good. So don't worry about it. The next thing I liked Vader in this. I thought he made perfect sense, as well as I really liked that scene between Kenobi and Vader. I thought it was like really good to be specific in episode 6. When Kenobi just like slashed off his mask. I really liked that scene, especially when like Vader was literally like, "You're not my sorry, he didn't fail me, or Kenobi didn't fail Anakin Skywalker. Darth Vader essentially killed him." I actually kind of like that scene because it just shadows like how Anakin's still kind of in there. That sets up well for again uh the later end when he turns. So I like that. I also like the voice work. That was really cool what they did with it kind of being like half his Darth Vader voice and then half Hayden Christensen or James Earl Jones voice. So I thought that was actually really cool. So I mean that was really interesting. And then Darth Vader still he's like a complete menace. I thought it was really understandable. This man was literally force choking, killing whoever. Like I actually thought it was pretty interesting, and it was very menacing. Another thing I kind of liked was its setup, like how it just made the original trilogy look even better in a sense. Like you understand why Princess Leia kind of was like, Ben Kenobi, you're my only hope and stuff like that. Because again, she probably remembers when he saved her. So that just makes that scene even better, or not even that scene. I guess that part even better. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, in terms of my final thoughts, I thought this was a pretty good show. Easily I'd give this show an easy rating of about 8.5, 8 out of 10. But anyways, that's pretty much it though. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.